Talofa lava, everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's Cruise into Samoa webinar. For those of you joining us for the first time, this is a reminder to let you know that you will be on mute for the duration of the presentation. However, if you do need to communicate with us, please use the chat box in the system's toolbar. And if you have any questions for myself or our presenters, please feel free to type those into the question box, and we will address those at the end of the presentation. So diving right in, for clients that are flying down to Samoa, we do have our major airline partners, which are Fiji Airways, Air New Zealand, and Virgin Samoa. And Virgin Samoa code shares with Virgin Australia. So if you do have clients connecting in through Australia, that's a great option for them. So at just over 5 hours from Hawaii, about 4 from New Zealand, 5 from Australia, and 2 from Fiji, Samoa really is ideally located for that multi-destination South Pacific travel itinerary, or as a standalone destination as well. Now, the focus of today's webinar, of course, is cruise. So for those clients who are interested in coming down to Samoa on cruise, there are a number of cruise lines that visit Apia, which is the capital of Samoa, on both their South Pacific and round the world itineraries. And the companies that you see here do include Samoa on a few of their trips. So lots of options for your clients, a diverse range of cruise carriers here as well. Now, visas for Samoa, they're issued at no cost on arrival, so it's very easy for your clients to visit Samoa. And in terms of currency, the currency in Samoa is the Samoan tala. And the exchange rate currently for the US dollar is about 2.6 tala for every 1 US dollar. And for the Canadian dollar, it's just about a 2-to-1 ratio. So it's quite good value as well when your clients are heading down there. Now, in terms of Samoa itself, there are 10 total islands that make up the country of Samoa, 5 of which are inhabited. But however, on cruise, your clients will be visiting the main island of Upolu, and that's the large island you see on the bottom right of the map. And of course, the other main island is the island of Savaii. Now, to get over to the Big Island, there is a ferry that connects the two. It is about an hour journey. And if you do book your clients on this ferry, I recommend you book them in business class, and this is for 2 reasons. One, it's on a larger boat, so that means it's a more comfortable crossing for your clients, and 2, it's air conditioned and light refreshments are served. To give you a bit more insight into the destination, I want to go ahead and share our new beautiful Samoa video, and this will give you a feel for the island lifestyle that we celebrate and love in Samoa.
So please receive, and we'll be on our way. We've seen some land so far and wide. It walks with us on every stride. We mean no harm or bring enemy in bed. Take your time, easy does it, man. It's sublime, sharing with my friends. Here we go, it doesn't hurt to know. Believe it or not, it's okay to take it slow.
So I hope you all enjoyed that video, and it is available on the Samoa YouTube page as well if you'd like to view it after or share that with any of your clients interested in visiting the destination. So for clients who cruise into Samoa, as mentioned, they will be going into Apia, and that's the port in Samoa. And from there, from the moment they arrive, their Samoa travel experience really begins. They're welcomed at the port, so it's a great way to start their Samoan stop. So you may have clients that want to explore Samoa, and they are going to want to definitely see the beautiful blue lagoons. So that's one of the main reasons they choose the South Pacific, is absolutely gorgeous islands and destinations along with the culture. So as mentioned, the beautiful lagoons, one way to explore them, of course, is by swimming. Another, which we highly recommend, is by snorkeling. And a lot of the reefs in Samoa are very easily accessible from the main beaches. So your clients don't need to take any long transfers or anything to get out to the reef. They can mainly just swim out. So that's really fantastic. And there are quite a few beautiful reefs all around the main island. And another great way to experience it, of course, is by kayaking. It's a really There are really stunning areas to kayak around as well in Samoa. Now, if you have clients that are a bit more adventurous, for those travelers, they can head to the south coast of Upolu, and they can visit what we call the Tosua Trench. Now, this is a 90-meter ocean trench, and it is fed by the tides of the South Pacific Ocean. So depending on time of day, the tide may be high or may be low, but it's always extremely clear and a great way to cool off. Highly, highly recommend to visit out here. It is a really amazing experience. Another option is to perhaps spend the day sunbathing on nearby Lalumanu Beach. And this beach is really the postcard of a South Pacific beach. You have the beautiful leaning palms, the outer islands in the background. You can see the reef where it breaks a little bit offshore there. So quite accessible if clients want to swim out there. It's a really beautiful beach, and even during the high time of year, so kind of that May to October timeframe, that's the popular time to be in Samoa. But even during that period, Samoa is a very uncrowded destination, so you aren't fighting for beach space or having the sand kicked on your blanket. There's very few visitors, which makes for a great way to really experience and enjoy the beach. So you saw those outer islands in the last image, and that's another great option as well. Your clients can head out and explore some of Samoa's smaller outer islands. This one here, there's a little stretch of sand beach in the front, and there's one little fale, which is like a little open air covered platform, and it's essentially a private island for your clients to go and spend the day and just relax and snorkel around that. So whether your clients are choosing to swim, relax, or explore, the Samoan culture, Fa Samoa, can be found throughout the islands, and it's over 3,000 years old, so it's one of the oldest cultures in the islands. So because of that, be sure that your clients do spend some time getting to know the people, the culture, and the Samoan way. Now, if you do have clients looking for some retail therapy, Apia is home to both high-end boutiques, outdoor markets, and a variety of shops in between. Also some great restaurants, beautiful scenery, and it is Apia itself, just outside of the main capital, is Paleolo Deep Marine Reserve, which is, of course, one of our marine parks and is a great option for those wanting to snorkel as well and, combine a bit of market and city life. So Samoa is also the last residence of the famous author Robert Louis Stevenson. And of course, he's the author of classics such as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Kidnapped, and Treasure Island. And he actually wrote Treasure Island while he was living in Samoa, so it really served as an inspiration for that. Now, Stevenson passed away while he was living in Samoa, and he's buried just behind his home, Villa Vailima, or as it's best known today as the Robert Louis Stevenson Museum. And going through the museum, there's a number of different exhibits and artifacts, books, and translated in languages from all around the world that fans have brought or sent to the museum. You can see the trunk that he actually came over with. That was, in fact, the Stevenson's trunk that traveled from Scotland to Samoa. And in the bottom right corner, you can actually see Stevenson with his family and the traditional Samoans as well. So he has quite an interesting and integral history in the country of Samoa. So it is well worth a visit out here. Now, without any further delay, I'd like to hand it over to our presenters from Oceania Travel and Tours, and they're going to go ahead and give you some insights and share how they can help your clients on their visit to Samoa. So without any further delay, over to you.
Hello, Falava, and welcome to Samoa. I am Katie Ulberg, representing Oceania Travel and Tours. I'll try my best to elucidate each site to make your stay more satisfying and enjoyable in our little treasured island of the South Pacific, Samoa. We are presenting 4 tours here in Upolu Island. The first one is Township and Surroundings. Next is Experience Nature, Upolu East. Third is Return to Paradise, Upolu West. And last, Our Culture, Samoan Culture. Downtown Apia drives through a bustling township blending old colonial and modern architecture, old historical buildings, churches, variety of shops, supermarkets, restaurants, internet cafes, bars, nightclubs, and hotels. Eddie Gray's Hotel on the waterfront is the capital's most famous and best-known landmark, now undergoing complete restorations since floods and cyclones of December 2012. The old Immaculate Catholic Cathedral in town was damaged during the 2009 earthquake. It's being rebuilt and a new cathedral completed on the same site. Town clock stands tall, and a guard in the center of town is a memorial to World War I soldiers of Samoan, New Zealand, and Australian descent. Molinu'u Peninsula is home to Samoa's historical site. First stop at tombs and memorials to German, British, and American soldiers who lost their lives at Apia Harbor during the Great Hurricane of 1889. The German monument where the German flag was first raised in 1900. Visit the old observatory, Samoa Broadcasting, and new courthouse. Its architecture, representing the massive Colosseum of Rome, looks out of sorts against its very basic, simple tropical surroundings, very huge and very new. Also visit burial grounds of our chiefly Samoan families. Leave town, linking on to the Cross Island Road that cuts through the middle of the island, heading uphill. The air is cool, clean as it climbs to the hills of Mailima and Robert Louis Stevenson's museum. The Scottish writer who came to Samoa at the turn of the century to seeking remedies for his illness, he loved the place and stayed and became a loving friend of the Samoan people. Many of his works and books were done and written here at Wailima House. He lived and died here at Wailima and is buried at the crest of Mount Baya, overlooking his estate. After independence in 1962, the house became the official home of the head of states of Samoa. It is now Robert Louis Stevenson Museum, housing all memorabilia of Robert Louis Stevenson, his writings, part of his library, travel mementos, his story and relationship with the Samoan people. The grounds, which are most beautiful, well-maintained, serene place, tranquil, enjoy this gorgeous location. Botanical Gardens of Mount Baya Scenic Reserve, a stroll through lovely gardens and rainforest trails surrounding the house. Walk up to the start of an half-hour short trail to the author's tomb at the top of the mountain. We returned from Robert Louis Stevenson Museum or Wailima and come back to town, heading back to town, visit the fish market, flea market, then the busy produce market with wide collection of crops sold here. Variety of handicrafts for souvenir, good prices, and look around, bargain, and make a purchase at various stands located here. Experience nature on Upolu East. Leave town and head eastward. This is for the most part coastal drive right alongside the deep blue Pacific Ocean with palm-fringed lagoons at some parts, but mostly the road is winding with the sea roaring on one side, the steep mountains on the other, very rugged coastline with rugged jungle-clad mountains fringed by coral reefs and have narrow coastal plains. All are volcanic in nature. Rich forests and flatlands slope gently towards the sea. There is the island of Tutuila in American Samoa at the eastern end of the Samoan archipelago. Appreciate the clean, charming villages with well-maintained gardens of tropical plants and flowers, offering a very beautiful, enjoyable drive. Along the way, you should stop, walk the villages, and take photographs. There are many beautiful spots offering spectacular views along this drive. Beulah Freshwater Cave Pool is the next stop underneath the oldest Methodist church inside Beulah Theological Complex. Church is magnificent, the pool is crystal clear, water refreshing, and entering the cave is for the brave and able. Falifa Falls is right there close to the road. You can take photos from inside your vehicle before continuing. The road is now climbing, leaving behind the sea and the coastal areas as it reaches the high flat landscape and mountainous interior of this part of the island. Lemafa Pass and Fangalore Bay $1 million view. Turn off the main road and take the scenic inland drive to Fangalore Bay where to enjoy this most magnificent view of the Bay Area. Lemafa Pass, this narrow route cut between mountain tops, is winding, curving, will take you high up into the mountains of Upolu from the northern through to the southern coast. The pass offers many vantage points for spectacular views in all directions, be it over the mountains, the ocean, or both. The road is winding, curving, but provides the most magnificent see over the mountains of lush green rainforests, dense flora, coconut plantations, the valley below with cattle farms on rolling hills. Look out to the distant shoreline and the deep blue ocean as you ascend this high peak before going downhill to the villages of the Alepata district, the most furthest point of the east side of Upolu Island and location of its most beautiful sandy beaches. Lalomanu Beach, long stretch of white sandy beach, beautiful area of sun, sea and sand, ideal for swimming, snorkeling or just relaxing on the beach. Stop here at Sanfua Beach Palace for lunch. Swim and snorkel in this area especially was completely destroyed by the tsunami of 2009. All the valleys and buildings are new and been built after this great tragic natural disaster. Leave Lalomanu and head south going towards the west side of the island. Tosua Trench is located at the village of Lotofanga, southeast of Upolu Island. There are actually two large holes, meaning large hole with water, and Tolesua, meaning large hole without water. Most likely their origins date from a time when volcanoes erupted and covered nearby shores with lava. Ground collapsed, leaving behind two large holes. One is Tosua, a 30 meters deep hole which connects with the ocean through underground canals. This is one of the most captivating swimming sites on island. Fantastic experience when you finally wade down via a ladder installed for going down and up to the pool, to crystal clear waters, tropical fish, smooth white sandy bottom, water droplets from overhanging edges, creating a living magic. You should swim during income tide to avoid tidal currents while you enjoy your swim. Most idyllic elevated area surrounded with beautiful gardens of colorful tropical plants and flowers. Relax under shady trees and enjoy this most gorgeous location. Sopoanga Falls, beautiful garden picnic site overlook these falls which plunge into a vast gorge. Stop here to marvel at the falls and watch the guide squeeze coconut cream from a husked brown coconut. Sip the juice and taste the pure cream fresh from the nut. Tour reaches south heading west and stops at the National Park, the 29 square kilometer park, created in 1978 from the summits of Mount Fito, the 1,100 meter, and Lepue, 840 meter to the southern coast. There are good hiking trails, including tracks to the lovely Tontaninga waterfall and the Pe'apea cave. The fall is visited on this tour as it is a short good walk from the car park area. The hike to the lava tube is roughly 4 hours return walk, so it is not visited on this tour. Tour heads south and stop next at the gorgeous lush green rainforest, tropical plants and vegetation, mountains, valleys, green environments everywhere, waterfalls breaking out of the dense flora. Most impressive is this area is Tiabi Waterfall, a spectacular 100-meter waterfall plunges into a dramatic ravine. Return to Paradise, Upolu West. The famous airport road, West Side, a piece of road which many people remarked as the most beautiful drive in the South Pacific. A coastal drive through charming villages, clean, well-kept gardens of tropical plants and flowers blooming. It is green everywhere, lush, lush tropical beauty. Maitele Industrial Area is where industrial units of Vailima Beer, Yasaki, the second biggest employer on the island, the new produce market, and new businesses opening up in this fast developing industrial area. Feeding turtles stop at the pool at Malua Theological College, the training center for church ministers and grounds where turtles are found. Christianity is very much alive in this country, as evidence of the many church buildings you will see on this drive, each village having 3 or more church buildings. Another interesting feature of this environment are graves near or even inside houses. This is a sign of the bond they have and share and their need to keep their loved ones near even after death. This is also their claim on the land which is their birthright. You will see all this as you drive along on this long and straight piece of road. You will observe the people about their daily lives, the unique way of life for a Samoa, of the Samoan people, and their simple lifestyle of playing, planting, or relaxing in and around their farms. The fales or houses are opened a couple of structures which serve them and their culture of openness and welcoming to their families and especially their guests and visitors. These were traditionally thatched roofing before, but are now iron roofing for economic reasons. Faleolo International Airport is 40 minutes out of town. Sheraton Aggie Gray's Lagoon Beach Resort and Spa on the northwest coast of the island, nestled amongst acres of tropical gardens and swaying palms, 18-hole golf course part of the resort. Mulifanua Wharf is where inter-island ferry depot for Sabai Island, the old West Deck Plantation, the largest copra plantation in the southern hemisphere, ruined during 2001. Lebassa Resort is located on this historical site of the last departure of the Tongans from the Samoan soil, ending their 300 years rule in Samoa. They were defeated by the brothers Tuna and Fata and were chased around the island to the site where they finally left on their boats from this very spot. Slow descent to flatlands of this beautiful coastal district. Look out to the three offshore islands of Manono, Apolima, and Sava'i. Falelatai district leave this pretty seaside village and tour turns inland away from the main road, taking an inland road which cuts through the mountainous interiors that separates these two districts. It is really a shortcut which was only a track used by villagers in the olden times and mostly during times of warring between the districts. Government has now built the road, but it is high and steep at some parts through bush and forest land. Rough ground, very beautiful and lush with green rainforest and forest land. Road now climbs towards the peak with lookout over Cape Molitapuili and below to Whangalei Bay and location to a new resort being built there. Over the other side to Coach's Lefanga Bay. The south side of the island is an area of flat land with fertile soil, rich for plantation of root crops, taro, yams, etc. Farming is the mainstay of these villages, where most of the produce for exports and food markets is provided by these villagers. They are known for being hardworking. The cocoa and copra plantations stretches for miles and their produce are always of very high quality. The world-famous Return to Paradise beach is here a long stretch of white sandy beach where the movie Return to Paradise starring Cary Cooper was shot in the 50s. A new resort has now opened on this location, adding more activities for enjoyment and pleasure. Culture. While in this beautiful islands, you will experience our culture, Samoan culture. Love, peace, loyalty, honesty, and respect are the most crucial aspects and the backbone of our culture. Samoan culture developed over 3,500 years. Our people, customs, and traditions are our great assets. Our cultural program invites our guests to our home with a unique experience of Samoan everyday life, cultural heritage, and enjoys Samoan hospitality. Our guests will get a close view of the unique Samoan way of life. Cultural manifestation including ava preparation and tasting, traditional dancing and singing, chiefly bestowed Samoan art forms like weaving of mats and baskets, tapa making, handicrafts, traditional fire making, and earth oven. Traditional food preparation and serving are highlights of this tour. Our happy people. Our Samoan happy people and its way of life, Samoan. Our happy people and tour guide, expertly guided individual and group tours, and will show you the beauty and uniqueness of the Samoan nature and culture alike. Oceania Travel and Tours extensive tour program cover Savaii Island and Manono Island Tours also has a subsidiary branch in adjoining American Samoa. Get pleasure from our full-ground operating service on all the islands of Samoa with our own tours, rental cars and travel agents, facilities, or advertising on any other needs. Thank you and have a pleasant day. God bless and Topaz.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. I hope that gave you all a great overview of what your clients can do while they're in Samoa on their day trip on a cruise. Now, that said, of course, they can help your agents who are looking to be in Samoa for an extended time if they would like to come to Samoa and extend their stay post-cruise, or whether they choose to fly down as well. So of course, with that, if you do have any questions for our presenters, questions on what they can do for your clients, or general questions on Samoa, please feel free to type those in the chat box now, and we'll be sure to answer them. While you're doing that, I'll just touch on a few accommodation options if your clients do decide to extend their stay in Samoa. So here you'll see 3 of our properties located in Samoa. One is Coconuts Beach Club, and they are the only property in Samoa currently that offers overwater bungalows. So if you do have clients wanting that overwater stay, that's a great option, and they're just across the island from the airport. Sinalei next door is another fantastic property with a gorgeous spa as well, and of course, for clients looking for any SPG points, we do have a Sheraton as well. And the Sheraton's actually located between the airport and the ferry wharf. So it's an ideal location, especially the evening before your clients were to fly out or depart, as it is very well located. Here you'll see just a few other options. In town, there's Tanoa Tusitala, and that is right in the capital of Apia. Seabreeze is on the south coast, not too far from the Tasua Ocean Trench. Anga Reef Resort is located just next to Lalumanu Beach. Leilangoto is over across on the island of Savaii, as is Amoa Resort. And Levasa Resort is on the